Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight reaction video. All right, y'all, I want to come on here real quick and do this one, but man, what is going on here, man, with Cynthia Calvillo? What is going on, y'all? It's a no mas for Cynthia Calvillo tonight. What happened? What happened, man? That's what I was telling y'all, man. This is a tough fight to pick because really, when you look at Calvillo and Andrea Lee, there's really not much difference except the as far as, skill and level up wise. There's not much difference between these fighters except the ranking, right? That's why I made it such a tough call. Like if Calvillo was able to execute a good ground game here, use her IQ, she would have won the fight. If Lee was able to execute her striking and utilize her reach and takedown defense, she'd win the fight. And that's what happened. Andrea Lee, she was able to level up and she stepped it up early in this fight and she controlled Cynthia Calvillo right from the jump. Now, Calvillo, like I said this to y'all before. This is probably a separate video, though. It's a question to myself. Like, Calvillo, not making excuses for her, but she hasn't been looking the same since her comeback from, testing positive. Like I said, this virus, it has a very serious effect on people. Some people it's worse than others. And, some people have these long-term effects. But like I said, excuses aside, Cynthia Calvillo really did not know how to make adjustments in this fight because she tested negative for it. She was ready to go. So it should have been on her to make that big statement. And like I said in my keys to victory, Cynthia Calvillo, she can't play striker. She wanted to play striker and boxer here. And the thing about Cynthia Calvillo striking is it's good enough to get on the inside and it's good enough to get takedowns, but she can't put on a striking clinic or a boxing match against these top level fighters like Caitlin Kagan or even Andrade, because she doesn't know how to pump the jab out and slip and counter and use her footwork to the best of her ability. Like Alexa Grasso, who's in and out and uses beautiful angles. Cynthia Calvillo back straight up. She'll stay in the pocket too much. She'll throw the right hand and just drop her hand, or throw the left hand and drop her hand. So, in this fight, Andrea Lee was just piecing her up. Andrea Lee doesn't have the best defense either, but if she can get off first, then she has no issue, right? So Cynthia Calvillo, she was able to pop off some good combinations, some flurries early and, open up the nose of Lee, but Lee opened up the nose of Calvillo, right? So it was kind of those little back and forth exchanges here that gave Calvillo a chance, but Andrea Lee was stepping it up. She was pumping continuous jabs out, and like she did in the Lauren Murphy fight, she was mixing it in with kicks. Like I said, my keys to victory, she's going to have to work the body, because if you hit Cynthia Calvillo to the body, I think she's a little suspect to the body. And she landed some nice side kicks to the body and was really just doing a lot of damage there, taking that gas away. And then she go right back up to the head and really was just piecing her up, man. So when you look at it, it's like Calvillo got to the point where she really didn't have any answer. Like after the first round, when she would try to go in for a takedown and Andrea Lee would like just stuff her and push her off, I was like, wow, Calvillo's looking lost now. She can't get that and she's getting pieced up. What is she going to do, right? Because she couldn't make the adjustment to counter strike Andrea Lee or even get her striking going, because Andrea Lee was just constantly touching her. Right cheek, left cheek, top of the head, side of the head, leg kicks, body kicks, so she's getting hit everywhere. She's getting stung by bees everywhere. So it's like, what does she have to do, right? What does she have to offer? So I could definitely see that beating taking something out of her in that second round. After that second round, I was like, oh, what is she going to do? Is she really going to go in and be able to take this fight to the ground? I doubt it, because she just didn't have the strength. Lo and behold, no mas. That was it, right? So if you look at it, it's kind of a mixture of both. Andrea Lee just really, really outclassing her to the point where she just couldn't do anything. And Cynthia Calvillo was just like, yo, I've had enough. I just had enough, because she didn't have anything to offer in this fight. I mean, shout out to Cynthia Calvillo, because, she's been trying to stay active and try to take these fights, but it takes time to, you have to take time off to improve. And I don't think she's really been doing that. I don't really think she's been improving in the right things. Let's put it that way. She's been spending too much time as a striker. She hasn't been trying to incorporate the striking to get takedowns. She's striking and then going on the outside. She likes to try to slip and move and try to use a side-to-side movement, but it's not working for her. She's still getting caught here. Andrea Lee is a solid kickboxer. And going into this fight, I said, Andrea Lee looks stronger, but I just don't know about the IQ. That was the one thing. Like I thought Calvillo would have stepped it up and would have been the rough, rugged fighter here and taken it to the ground from the jump, right? But yeah, shout out to Andrea Lee. I mean, like I said, if you can prove me wrong, that means you're doing something right. And I just want to see some new blood in there, because after losing to two gatekeepers for Calvillo, Andrade and Chikagan, and now Andrea Lee, she's got to go back to the drawing board. Either that, go back to 115, because I mean, the way she's been looking, I don't know if she can compete with these big, strong grapplers and hard hitting strikers. And like I said, after testing positive last year, I don't know if that's what affected her, but her gas tank hasn't been the same, and she just hasn't seemed as strong or been able to push through, two rounds without kind of giving out. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'll talk about it later on what I've seen as far as how this thing affects people. But that's just my opinion. But like I said, it's a solid win for Andrea Lee. I'm not going to take away from it. And if she gets into the top 10, I mean, hey, that's what we need. We need some new challenges for, the rest of these top 10 fighters for the champion. And I still want to see this Manon fight versus Andrea Lee. I think that's going to be a good fight. I think Manon beats both of them. Actually, I think Manon has better defense than both fighters, and I think that would just make a good fight between her and Andrea Lee. Good stand-up fight, and who can be that wild card to take it to the ground, right? So hopefully that happens. As for Calvillo, I think, like I said, it's going to have to keep fighting down from here, go back to the drawing board, or go back to 115. Guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all thought of the fight. We'll talk about it round by round of what I've seen. I just want to give y'all my reaction, and I'm like, wow, no mas. Never thought Calvillo would do that, though. I never thought she would quit like that. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.